You wake up to the soft light of a cool autumn morning. The sun filters gently through your curtains, but you stay still. Not because you're sleepy, because your back aches. It's not a sharp pain, just a dull, stubborn stiffness. Your knees protest as you rise, your hands feel stiff, and yet you didn't fall, didn't strain anything. It's just another quiet morning where your body feels older than your years. Did you know that 70% of adults over 50 fail to get enough protein each day? That one detail so easy to miss can prevent your body from healing and regulating inflammation properly? Because when we lack what our cells need, the body quietly begins to inflame itself from the inside out. Silent inflammation. You can't see it. You might not even feel it until it starts showing up as fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, or high blood pressure. Ever feel exhausted after a healthy meal or foggy in the afternoon for no reason? The truth is, what we eat may be triggering, not solving what's holding us back. Before we go further, I want to welcome you to this channel. If you're new here, this is Dr. Jarek.H, where we explore science-backed health guidance for those over 60 presented with clarity, care, and compassion. If this moment speaks to you, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with us. We walk together. And if you've ever eaten something you thought was healthy but left you feeling worse, leave a quick yes in the comments below. You're not alone. Over the years, I've sat with hundreds of older adults who believed their pain, their stiffness, their fatigue was just part of aging. But here's what we discovered when we changed how they ate. What they ate. Their bodies began to heal. Joints felt lighter. Sleep came easier. Their energy returned. Not because of magic, but because we finally removed the foods causing inflammation and replaced them with foods that fight it. Healing doesn't start in the hospital. It starts at the kitchen table. And the good news. You don't need expensive supplements or extreme diets. You don't need to count every bite. You simply need to know which foods calm inflammation and which ones fuel the fire. In this video, I'll guide you through 10 powerful, research-supported foods that reduce inflammation. Naturally, foods that your body, especially after 60, is craving more than ever. You'll learn how blueberries can ease chronic pain, how turmeric can ease stiffness, and how small choices like swapping late-night snacks for early dinners can radically change how you feel, think, and move. Because once you understand inflammation, you can finally take back control. So grab a warm cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's start at the root what inflammation really is, and how it quietly ages the body long before the symptoms scream loud enough to hear. This is where healing begins. You've probably heard the term before, inflammation. Maybe in a doctor's office. Maybe in an article about heart health. But what exactly does it mean? And more importantly, why should you care, especially after 60? Here's the simple truth. Chronic inflammation is the silent root behind nearly every major age-related disease. From joint pain to heart attacks, from type 2 diabetes to memory loss, it all links back to inflammation that's smoldering beneath the surface. When you cut your finger, the swelling and redness you see is acute inflammation. Your body's way of healing fast? That's normal, healthy. But when you eat processed foods daily, or have poor sleep, or live under chronic stress, your body triggers low-grade inflammation every single day. You don't feel it at first, but over months and years, it damages tissues, stiffens blood vessels, and confuses the immune system. That's chronic inflammation, and it ages you from the inside out. Harvard Health reports that this invisible inflammation is strongly linked with cardiovascular disease, arthritis, Alzheimer's, and even some cancers. It's not a symptom, it's a cause. And the good news, it's also highly modifiable. Let me tell you about Ruth. She's 73, a retired teacher from Arizona. For years, she battled nagging knee pain. Her doctor said it was just osteoarthritis, part of getting older. They offered cortisone injections, over-the-counter pain meds, even surgery prep. But Ruth noticed something odd. Her pain was worse the day after certain meals. She didn't understand it yet, but she felt it. We ran a dietary recall and discovered her breakfasts, labeled healthy, were anything but orange juice with low-fat toast, cereal with skim milk, and banana slices, all sugar-rich, all low in anti-inflammatory nutrients. She was unknowingly fueling inflammation 3 times a day. So we changed just one thing. We built her breakfast around anti-inflammatory foods. Warm oatmeal topped with blueberries, a spoon of flax seeds, and a few crushed walnuts. Herbal tea instead of juice. That was it. 3 weeks later, her morning knee pain was down 60%. No shots, no pills, no surgeries. Because once we stop adding fuel to the fire, the body remembers how to heal. Now it's your turn. For the next 5 days, keep a simple food journal. Nothing complicated. Write down what you eat and how you feel 2 hours later. Look for patterns, stiffness, bloating, fatigue. You might be shocked at which foods your body doesn't love. That awareness alone can start the healing. In the next section, I'll walk you through 5 of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods that older adults can add to their plate today, each backed by research, each easy to find. Because sometimes the best medicine is a blueberry. Let's talk about real medicine, except this time, it doesn't come in a bottle. It comes from your grocery basket. Today, I'll share the first 5 foods that quiet inflammation naturally, especially powerful for anyone over 60. First on the list is kale. This leafy green might not be flashy, but it's packed with something called sulforaphane. That's a compound known to switch on your body's internal cleanup system. Think of it like turning on tiny janitors inside your cells. They sweep away waste, calm the immune system, and keep inflammation under control. Second, we have blueberries. These little berries are more than just sweet, they're powerful. They contain anthocyanins, antioxidants that help lower CRP, one of the most common markers of chronic inflammation. According to Harvard Health, just half a cup a day may help improve memory, reduce joint stiffness, and support a calmer nervous system. Third is wild-caught salmon. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA salmon, directly targets inflammatory messengers in the body. Research from Johns Hopkins shows these fatty acids help lower IL-6 and TNF-alpha, which are closely linked with pain, swelling, and long-term damage to tissues. Fourth, there's turmeric, the golden root that's been used for centuries. Its active ingredient, curcumin, works as a natural anti-inflammatory. It's particularly helpful for people with arthritis. But there's a catch: curcumin absorbs best when paired with black pepper. Just a pinch of pepper can boost its effect by up to 20 times. And fifth, we have lentils. They're humble, but powerful, full of fiber and polyphenols. Lentils help balance blood sugar, lower bad cholesterol, and feed your healthy gut bacteria. A healthy gut means a stronger immune system, and that's where the fight against inflammation often begins. Let me give you a real example. Edward is 66. He's a retired bus driver who came to me after a mild heart attack. He was doing everything the hospital suggested: low-fat dairy, lean meats, diet soda. But nothing changed. He still felt tired. His joints ached. His memory wasn't sharp. So I asked him to try something different. One simple meal a day. A plate with spinach and olive oil. A serving of grilled salmon with lentils. A handful of walnuts. A few blueberries. And a warm cup of green tea. No calorie counting. No strict diet. 6 weeks later, his blood markers improved. His pain reduced. And for the first time in years, he stopped needing ibuprofen in the morning. You see, real healing doesn't have to be complex. Sometimes, the body just needs the right tools. So here's your action step: build one anti-inflammatory meal a day. Choose any 2 or 3 of these 5 foods and start there. In the next section, we'll look at the foods that might be undoing your progress. The sneaky items hiding in your fridge that sound healthy, but quietly fuel inflammation every single. Now that we've covered what to add to your plate, let's talk about something just as important: what to remove. Because for many people, inflammation doesn't come from what's missing. It comes from what's hiding. Not the obvious junk food, not the chips or the cake, but the everyday items in your fridge that sound healthy and quietly stir up inflammation every single day. Let's walk through 5 of the most common hidden triggers. These are foods many seniors think are helping them, but in truth, they may be doing more harm than good. First, industrial seed oils. These include canola, soybean, corn, and sunflower oil. They're cheap, common, and found in most salad dressings, mayo, and heart-healthy spreads. But here's the problem, they're extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While your body needs some omega-6 too much, throws off your balance, encouraging the production of inflammatory compounds. A simple switch to extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil can make a massive difference. Second, low-fat dairy and flavored yogurt. They may look like smart choices, but they're often loaded with added sugar to replace the fat that's been removed. That sugar, especially in the morning, spikes your blood sugar, fuels inflammation, and leads to crashes in energy. Choose plain full-fat yogurt instead. It's more satiating, has a better nutrient absorption, and keeps your gut microbiome happier. Third, processed meats. Even small servings of deli turkey, sausage, or bacon contain nitrates and advanced glycation end products, both linked to increased inflammation. For older adults already dealing with joint pain or heart concerns, these can make things worse. You don't have to give them up completely, but treat them as occasional indulgences, not daily staples. Fourth, fruit juices and health drinks. Yes, even 100% juice. A glass of orange juice contains almost as much sugar as a can of soda and no fiber to slow it down. These concentrated sugars spike insulin, increase inflammatory markers, and feed harmful gut bacteria. If you enjoy fruit, eat the whole fruit instead. An orange is medicine. Orange juice is sugar in disguise. Fifth, so-called wellness snacks. Granola bars, protein shakes, veggie chips. These sound good on the label, but often contain dozens of ingredients. Refined oils, sugars, gums, and additives that confuse your gut and inflame your system. Always check the label, and if you can't pronounce half the ingredients, skip it. Real food should sound like food. Let me share Beverly's story. She's 69, lives in Oregon, and for years had her healthy routine. A morning smoothie with almond milk, banana, honey, and cinnamon. Sounds perfect. Right. But we looked closer. The almond milk had added gums and preservatives. The honey added 15 grams of sugar. And she was skipping protein entirely. We adjusted it just slightly. Swapped almond milk for unsweetened kefir. Replaced banana with frozen blueberries. Added a scoop of plant-based protein and a tablespoon of flaxseed. Same 5-minute prep. Completely different effect. Within a month, her afternoon crashes disappeared. Her hands didn't ache at night, and her mood. She called it lighter. So here's your next step. Go through your fridge tonight. Circle or label anything that contains seed oils, added sugars, or more than 10 ingredients. That one action could begin reversing years of silent inflammation. Next, we'll talk about when to eat and how meal timing alone can drastically affect your body's healing rhythm. We've talked about what to eat and what to avoid. But there's another piece of the puzzle many people overlook. It's not just about what's on your plate. It's also about when you eat. After 60, your metabolism, your hormones, and even your digestion work differently than they did at 30 or 40. That's why timing your meals can either support your healing or slow it down. Let's talk about a simple, powerful concept: meal timing and food pairing. Not fasting extremes, not skipping meals. Just gentle, natural spacing between meals that gives your body a chance to breathe. First, let's understand why timing matters. Every time you eat, especially carbs, your blood sugar rises. In response, your body releases insulin, a hormone that helps move that sugar out of your bloodstream, and that's normal. But here's the catch: when insulin stays high all day, your body stays in storage mode, not repair mode. If you're constantly snacking, grazing, or eating late at night, your body never gets a chance to switch into fat burning or repair. And inflammation thrives in that always fed state. Now, this doesn't mean starving. It just means giving your body breaks between meals, especially overnight. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 72, used to have dinner around 9 p.m., watch TV, then have a little dessert, nothing dramatic, just a cookie or a piece of fruit. But every morning, his joints felt stiff, his hands were puffy, his mind was foggy. So we tried one simple change. We moved his dinner to 6:30 p.m., No snacks after that. He could still enjoy a full, satisfying meal. But from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. the next day, he didn't eat just water or herbal tea. That's a 14-hour overnight fast. Completely natural, no effort. And after 2 weeks, his sleep improved. His morning stiffness dropped by half. And he said, I didn't realize how much my late night habits were hurting me. That's the power of timing. Now, let's talk about pairing what you eat together. Here's a common mistake having carbs by themselves: a bowl of rice, a slice of toast, a banana. When carbs don't have fat, fiber, or protein to slow them down, they spike your blood sugar quickly and that fuels inflammation. Instead, always pair carbs with protein or healthy fat. That banana, eat it with a handful of walnuts. That toast, add some avocado or an egg. That rice, mix in beans, greens, and olive oil. This simple shift keeps your blood sugar steady, keeps insulin lower, and gives your body space to heal. So here's your action. Try closing your kitchen by 7 p.m. Give your body 12-14 hours to rest. And during the day, pair every carb with fiber, fat, or protein. You don't need to count anything. Just space it out and pair it right. And now, in our final section, we'll uncover the last 5 foods' powerful healing ingredients that have been shown to reduce joint pain, calm the gut, and even improve memory over time. Let's finish strong with the foods that heal from within. We've made it to the final 5. These are the quiet healers, the foods that work behind the scenes, supporting your joints, brain, heart, and immune system with every bite. First, we have garlic. Not just for flavor. Garlic contains allicin, a compound that activates immune cells and lowers pro-inflammatory messengers like TNF-alpha. Studies from Mayo Clinic show that garlic can reduce stiffness and improve circulation in older adults. A clove a day crushed, chopped, or roasted can make a big difference. And no, you don't need to chew it raw, unless you're brave. Second, chia seeds. These tiny seeds are packed with plant-based omega-3s, fiber, and antioxidants. They help reduce inflammation in blood vessels, ease constipation, and stabilize blood sugar. Try adding a tablespoon into oatmeal or smoothies. Let them soak, they expand, and gently support digestion. Third, broccoli, one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory vegetables. Broccoli contains glucosinolates and supports your liver's detox pathways. It's also rich in glutathione, the body's master antioxidant, steamed, roasted, or raw. Just eat it often. It's especially helpful for people managing arthritis, fatigue, or high blood pressure. Fourth, green tea. This is not just a beverage, it's a daily anti-inflammatory ritual. Green tea is rich in EGCG, a polyphenol shown to lower inflammatory markers and support cognitive function. A cup a day can protect your memory and soothe your nervous system. Bonus tip: add a squeeze of lemon to enhance absorption, and don't drink it too close to bedtime, it contains a touch of caffeine. Fifth, and perhaps most comforting of all, is ginger. This root calms nausea, reduces muscle pain, and blocks QX enzymes, the same ones targeted by pain meds like ibuprofen. Whether you steep it in tea, cook it into stir-fries, or chew a small piece after meals. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory that's gentle on your stomach and powerful in effect. Let me share one last story about Jean. She's 75, lives in North Carolina, and told me she was just getting old after her morning walks left her sore for hours. She was already eating healthy but missing key ingredients. We added just 3 things: a cup of green tea with lemon after breakfast, a turmeric ginger soup once a week, and a teaspoon of chia seeds in her yogurt. That was it. Within a month, she stopped needing her post-walk ice packs. Her digestion improved, her mood lifted, and she started dancing again at her local senior center. Sometimes it really is that simple. You don't need 10 changes at once. Just start with 1. Add one of these healing foods to a meal each day. Give it a few weeks. Let your body respond. Because food isn't just fuel, it's information. It tells your cells whether to heal or to inflame. In the final section, I'll help you tie all of this together. We'll review the 10 healing foods, reflect on what matters most, and give you one gentle push to take that first step. Let's take a moment to breathe and bring it all together. We've explored 10 powerful foods that help the body heal from within: kale, blueberries, wild-caught salmon, turmeric, lentils, garlic, chia seeds, broccoli, green tea, and ginger. Each one works in a different way, calming the immune system, supporting digestion, protecting the brain, easing joint pain. Together, they form something much greater than a grocery list. They form a lifestyle simple, natural, and deeply healing. And here's what I want you to remember: you don't have to overhaul your life. Just start with one plate, one habit, one swap in your kitchen. Your body listens. It's always listening. As a doctor, I've seen powerful medications, but I've also seen people make real progress just by changing what they eat. It's not always fast, but it's real, and it lasts. At Dr. Jarek.H, we believe in small, science-backed steps that honor your body and your stage of life. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join a growing community of people aging with clarity and intention. Because healing isn't about being perfect. It's about paying attention to what you eat, how you feel, and what your body needs. So tonight, when you open your fridge, ask yourself one question: will this calm my body or stir it up? You already have the answer. Let's walk this path together.